Good morning. It's Opie and Jimmy. And Ant on his way in.
He'll be here shortly.
Mel Hall. Jimmy is obsessed with Mel Hall. Being an old Yankee fan, right?
Yeah, man. He was, I believe, a center fielder. And
Mel Hall was kind of like a utility player, wasn't he?
I thought he played full time, but that was in the 80s. I was doing bad things back then. I don't remember.
Or
90s, maybe.
Maybe played a few years full time. Then it seemed like he was kind of more of a utility player. Played in the 80s for the Yankees, you're saying?
I think so.
Maybe
Danny,
late 70s, possibly?
Maybe you could check. I don't know exact dates.
Well, he's in a bit of trouble.
Mel Hall is in Dutch.
Oh, boy, is he. What did he get, 45 years yesterday?
Fucking ex-Major League player Mel Hall sentenced 45 years for raping a girl.
12 years old.
Oh, yeah, 12 years, right.
And I guess 5 girls testified at his trial. Oh, is he in trouble?
And we met Mel Hall. It's when we were off the air.
No, we didn't.
I just said we file traded with him.
I didn't exchange emails with Mel Hall.
When we were off the radio,
I'm trying to remember. Did we really?
I know. I got a photo with him. I remember it. We were in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
I was doing the Improv years ago down there, probably 2003, and we went to a Pugs and Kelly event. They're friends of ours, and Mel Hall was there. And I remember being like, well, fuck, Mel Hall, I played for the Yankees. I took a photo with him, and which I will be twittering later if I can find it.
Of course you will. That's a good tweet right there. He'll be out when he's 93. That's all right.
He's got to do, dude. He's got to do. They had a bunch of. These weren't violent rapes, but he's, I guess, a pedo.
But I guess what happened? He was coaching a basketball team, but an elite women's basketball team, I guess. Even and somehow he got in trouble with the 12-year-old.
Yeah, there's all young girls. There's a bunch of girls that testified that he was like inappropriate with them. And there's a couple of them are like a little weird testimony. One girl said he just grabbed me and I thought it was inappropriate, said a woman who's now 19. So I don't know exactly what he did, but I know that he's got to do 22 and a half years before he's eligible for parole.
Wow.
You know, look, I enjoyed him as a player, but if you fuck around with a 12-year-old, I guess that's what you deserve.
You got to go away.
In Texas, he lives in Fort Worth, Texas. They don't play games.
No, of course
Texas
not.
does not fuck around with anything.
He's lucky they don't execute him down there.
22
years.
He's 45. Do you think he's like trying to keep his chin up going, look, 67 years old, it's not that old in this day and age.
Yeah, right. I don't think you do that at all. I think you hang yourself in jail after a couple of years.
Speaking of Mel Hall, welcome back, Ed.
Hi.
I'd
I'd have made it if it wasn't for the fucking rain.
Good old rain outside.
I know it.
It was such a hacky thing I just said. I said, welcome back, because I'm just talking about Mel Hall. Do you know Mel Hall? You didn't hear about it?
Mel Hall's going to jail
Ex-Yankee,
for
45 years.
For 45 years.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he was how do they with a
Fine, how do you
12-year-old?
do? Oh, yeah, well.
And he's got to do at least 22.
22 and a half years before he's eligible for parole. So he's got to do 22 and a half really good years. Don't cut anybody in line. Don't fight because you're a pedo.
Don't yell. Nothing.
No talking in the hallways.
Nothing.
Putting boogers in your food at the table.
There's no way they're going to treat him well.
Stealing your crumb cake. We always do that.
You imagine someone putting a booger in your crumb cake and you just got to take it?
Take it. What are you going to do?
You got to take everything they dish out.
Yeah.
Eat around it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, poor Mel Hall. He's an old Major League Baseball player. I think a few people out there know who Mel Hall is.
I'm sure a lot of the Yankee fans know who he is. I guarantee, because I remember...
Wait, how old is he?
45.
He's 40. Well, they're saying he's going away for 45. He's got to be older than 45.
He's 48.
All right,
is
he's
he?
48.
Okay.
So he'll be, like I said, 93 when he gets out.
A dirty birdie?
Yeah, man. I don't know how old the kids were. 12 years
yeah.
old, and the other ones they didn't say.
No.
I don't know if
he's gone away for a while.
I don't know if he raped all of them. I think he raped the 12-year-old, and the other ones testified.
I guess it's a statutory thing.
Yeah.
He's in deep shit.
He is in trouble. So that's one of the big...
God damn, they said as the verdict was read, he looked skyward and swayed back and forth. That's just like...
That's pondering.
No, it's not. This is how it's going to look when I hang myself.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking when that happens? Like, it's like... Obviously, you fucked up. You should go to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
But just as like the selfish, you're selfish. Obviously, if you do that.
That's not even
shit.
a fuck up. That's like I just need to get young pussy. Like
I gotta go to jail.
Yeah, he's willing to risk it all. That's
Yeah.
not a fuck up. That is like I will do this and hope for the best and hope that I never get caught.
Or what is it like to do anything? Say like cause with this one, it's like a shitty crime. But anything to have the jury read 45 years.
And you
like-
just sit there like,
I think your life just stops. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve to either, but what happened? Like, say it's armed robbery or whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do besides go to jail?
You go to jail. Yeah.
Just start figuring out what you could sneak in with your hiney.
And then they usually spend all their time, though, like figuring out how to get out. Not escaping or anything, but, legal wrangling and reading their law documents. And then some people just, getting raped in the shower and taking it.
It becomes your life.
Yeah.
I believe it just becomes your life. I think the day in court when they tell you got 45 years,
that's a biggie.
You can't even imagine the feeling you're having. But then I would guess
how far?
Less than a month, it just is your life. And you're like, all right, this is my life now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Because every time they talk to some of these guys that have been away a while, you could see it in their eyes. Yeah, this is just my life. It's different than yours, but I get to watch, HBO, and I socialize, and I think it just becomes what it is.
But there are guys who like, and I don't know what Mel Hall's life was like without baseball, but there are guys that go in and out of jail. They're tough guys, from the whatever. For them, maybe because they've been there since they were 18, 20. They're used to going back. They know the system. They're tough dudes. They're not gonna get their ass fucked. But a guy like him, let's just say, I don't think he's ever been in jail before. Let's say a guy like him, who was a Yankee, who had a great life, he probably makes a nice living. All of a sudden, just an axe across your life. A guy who's not used to being in jail.
Here's where the new life starts.
Yeah.
Not as good as the old life.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to. Maybe one of the listeners has been in jail. How long does it take to adjust?
I think it does, though. What I'm saying is right. You gotta sit there and think, all right, well, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You have your rituals for every day, and looking in from the outside, it looks horrible. It would be horrible. I would never want to go there. Jesus Christ. But today I get up, I go to the yard for a while, get my lunch, I'll do this.
I
read.
think I was going to say, if I could have access to books, I'd be fine in jail. I'm not saying I'd be like, yes.
Yeah. Rip
Rocking.
the hard covers off and tape them over your butt.
Right.
And then read them.
But if I was able to get books, that's all you need. Let your imagination go wild. And then when you dream, when you dream, you're just not in jail anymore.
Wouldn't that suck if every dream you have, you're in jail? It's like, could I just get out in my dreams for a minute?
So let's think about it. I mean, if you go to jail 8 to 10 hours a day, you're not in jail.
You're not in jail?
You're in a field. If you get a fine sex dream, you're banging something. Next thing you know, you're playing in the NBA one night.
Yeah.
So then you wake up and go, oh, fuck, I'm in jail. Then you read a little book, get a little food, maybe get a little air, and then you go back to dreaming and you're out of jail again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's say hi to Joe in Albany. Joe, I love how we could simplify things on this show. Dreaming helps the jail time go by fast. Joe, what do you got?
When Mel Hall was with the Yankees, he would pick on Bernie Williams mercilessly, and they ended up releasing him because Bernie Williams was more important to the team then. And he used to put his batting gloves in his back pocket.
Okay.
So that after he hit home runs, he could wave bye to the players on the other team.
Oh, because the glove would kind of go up and down as he's running?
Yeah.
What an ass.
He deserves all 45 years.
Maybe he could put them gloves in some assless chaps.
She isn't.
Yeah.
It was one of the girls who testified said she was 15, and Hall was in his first season with the Yankees, which was 1989. And this is just like ones that are going back to
Mel Hall's first year with the Yankees was 89?
89, yes.
We got that one wrong. I thought he was in the late 70s, early 80s.
He played from 86
at the same time as Luis Polonio was with the team, and he got convicted for.
Yeah, he did. Luis Polonio, I think, got in some trouble too. And 83 to 96 was Mel Hall. Raphael Septien from the Cowboys was their field goal kicker for years. I think he had something with a 12-year-old too. I believe. I don't want to just say that without being 100%
field goal
sure.
kicker for the Yankees?
For the Cowboys.
Yeah, okay.
Raphael Septien,
right,
number one.
All right.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Dirty.
Right. Let's go to Striker. Striker.
Morning, boys.
Hey.
Hey, I want to know how good Mel Hall's attorney is in Texas. He only got 45 years. I've got a friend from high school who 6 years ago was convicted of one count of inappropriate sexual contact with a minor by a person in a position of trust, and he got 99 years, and he has to do a minimum of 50. I want to know
They actually say within a position of trust too. I like that. It's like
Yeah,
it puts
yeah,
an
yeah.
extra fucking penalty on you
Yeah.
for being a teacher or somebody who.
and he had to-
They pump up that charge.
He volunteered in his church group, and he and his wife had adopted this girl and her mother, like to help them get better in life. And it was I sat through his trial, and it was like a Lolita type situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got 99 years, and he has to do a minimum of 50. And the girl actually was begging the court to give him leniency at his sentencing because she felt bad for what she did to get him in trouble.
Oh, she kind of let him on a little bit, maybe. Maybe that young
you know,
little.
I'm sure Uncle Paul would have liked that.
Well, how did he get
little
caught?
Lolita. Yes.
How did he get caught, sir?
The girl's mother kind of suspected something strange had happened. The two had been alone. I
She was
don't
walking
remember
like
exactly.
John Wayne, and Mom said, "What's the problem?"
Yeah. You're either the quiet man or someone's been creepy. You know, there's a.
And the thing is they had never had sex. It was just
Right.
It was inappropriate, non-sexual contact
You
by
start-
a person in a position of trust.
He was diddling or something, though.
You
Come
think
on.
about that, and you're sitting in jail going, "I should have just went all the
Yeah.
way." Jesus Christ!
You're trying to tell me he got 99 years for a hard-on hug?
Yeah.
He did something, my friend.
You know what? You're right. Mel was creepy. This is this one. They he was impressed with the 12-year-old girl's talent and wanted to start a basketball team. Oh. And there was a woman, I guess, who trusted Mel and led him around her kids. She testified that Hall exposed himself to her and her younger brother while their parents were away. It's like he took his dick out in front of her and her little brother,
God.
and then he taught the girl how to perform oral sex. It's like
Jesus.
he was creepy. That's
Yeah.
creepy shit, man.
And he didn't get his lawyer isn't that great. I mean, his life's over. Mel Hall goes to jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, if you get community service, you have a great lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're picking up crap on the side of the road, going, "This rules."
You think Bernie Williams right now is strumming his little guitar, playing a song about Mel Hall? You shouldn't have talked shit, you kid toucher. Strum.
Strum.
my whole song,
Make it
folks.
sound like jazz, blah, blah, blah. Rob in Jersey.
Good evening.
Hey,
Hello,
Rob.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you guys think Patty from David Letterman rally yesterday would have said about this.
Oh, she would love the word rape.
Yeah, rape.
Rape.
He should have went to jail because he was
Rape.
raped, so he did rape, and he went to
Rape.
jail. Rape.
Would it be funny if Letterman just started defending Mel Hall like endlessly, and all he did was wear Mel Hall jerseys and free Mel?
Oh my God!
How much trouble he'd get in if he only wore a Mel Hall Yankee shirt?
Punching out.
That's all it would take.
That would be great.
How angry people would be.
What's he doing?
I heard Letterman had fun with the protesters again last night.
Oh, did he?
The haters, yeah. He's having a good time over there.
It really is overshadowing Conan too, which I don't know if that's bad or good for Conan, because Conan had so much like under a microscope. Like, is this kind of taking pressure off him just to do his show and settle in, or is it bad because it's taking the?
Conan's now running around with no clothes on in elementary schools.
Yeah.
He's just trying
Hoping to get
getting
recognized.
some heat.
As I heard, Conan sent a photo of his penis to Hillary Clinton.
I think the ratings come out today.
Okay.
Last ratings for Conan.
Oh, I think they know there's going to be a drop
A
off.
hard bill,
Drop
man.
off.
That's got to be tough.
I mean, let's be fair. It looks like it was a free fall.
Oh, was it really?
And hopefully he could start climbing back up. Who's this?
This is Robin in Detroit.
Robin, is it cold in the day?
I want to hear Anthony enacting the first thing that's going to happen when he wakes up in jail and the birds are tweeting and all of a sudden he realizes, oh my God, I'm in jail.
That's what it would be. Mm-hmm. I'd hear like that. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. I'd be asleep, dreaming. This is good. Oh, God, I was having an awful nightmare that I was in prison. And I was... this is... This mattress doesn't feel as good as the one I... Should I just waking up? I'm in prison! Holy shit! Oh, my God!
Good one, Anthony.
Now, Robin, I want
Horrid.
to ask you something.
What's that?
Oh.
Red Wings.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
They played so shitty that game,
Yep.
they deserve to lose.
Yeah. Nice game 7, though.
It was, but not. I mean, they played like they were up 3-0 in a series, and they needed to take a nap, for Christ's sake.
I like when you have to rationalize that your team was shitty, and that's like gets you through Like you wanted them to win anyway, but then you go, they play like shit.
Yeah,
anyway, but they lost.
I think the Penguins just wanted it a little
Penguins.
more.
They won by 2 goals that last game, right? I think I watched a couple minutes before the end of it.
It was a good Game 7, Robin.
Yeah, it was good.
Shouldn't
but
have
like
went
I
to
said,
Game 7 is what she's probably thinking.
Don't worry. Within 3 or 4 months, people will forget that the Red Wings were even in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, come on. That's just a low blow, Opie. Well, like I said, the better team on that day won, so what the hell are you going to do?
Phillies won the World Series against who?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you do know. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I don't know. You know.
Ask me the question again.
Phillies won the World Series against who?
Oh, Christ. I don't remember.
See?
Oh,
See?
my God.
No one remembers. That's what happens.
I don't remember who played against the Steelers in the damn Super Bowl.
And
So
you know what?
once it's over,
I have to be completely honest. I don't know who the Phillies beat in the World Series as I sit here. You forget so fast.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, we did. Once it's over, second place doesn't mean shit as much as the last place.
And I think, Robin, you're a sports fan. I could kind of tell, but you don't know who
God, that is really something.
It happens all the time, though. Steelers win the Super Bowl against who? Against who? For real.
Well, what's funny is the Lions went 0-16, and they don't look any better now than the second place team.
Yeah, right. But is there a person in the room without looking at the computer that could tell me who was in the Super Bowl with the Steelers? There's a little exercise. Oh, there's people out there, hardcore sports fans, going, "Whoa!" But the average person, kind of like us.
Yeah.
Probably the Steelers fans know, but we sure
See?
don't.
Not one person knows.
I wouldn't have been able to
Thank
tell.
you. There goes Robin.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we don't need the answer. I don't really care.
Second place rocks.
Hey, big news in the tech world.
I'll tell you some third world fucking country little kids know.
Yeah.
They're wearing them championship shirts with their names on them.
Absolutely.